Welcome back, everyone. In the last video, I showed you how you could import in a height map when creating a landscape. In this video, I'm going to take that a step further and show you how you can import in a custom height map so that you can quickly recreate a real world location. Now, before we do that, I want to create a separate level file down here. We've got this current map 01, but it consists of two landscapes. We've got our blank landscape right here. That's the one we created from scratch, and I'm currently hiding out our quote-unquote good landscape. This is the one that we imported, that guy right there. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to select our blank landscape. That is this guy right here. I'm going to hit delete here. Then I'm going to show our good one, and I'm going to do a file. We're going to do a file save current as. We're going to go under maps, and I'm going to call this map import, and we're going to save that. And the reason I'm doing this is so that if you want to go back and work on any of these maps, you have an easy way of accessing them. Okay, so that is all well and good. Now, let's talk about customizing a height map. What do? Let's head on over to a search engine of your choosing. I've got Microsoft Edge locked and loaded here, and I want you to head on over to terrain.party. That is the address right there. Okay, when you come in here, you should see something that looks like this. We are in a location in the world, somewhere around Finland. There's Helsinki, and you're going to see this little purple icon right here. Now, what this is basically a sampler where we can sample any part of the world that we want to create a height map from. I'm going to use my mouse here and just, well, there's my right click and drag there, and I'm just going to use the scroll wheel to scroll on back. And I want to sample Seattle, Washington, which is right about here. So I want to make sure that I click and drag over this little sampler, and I might have to zoom in and out here a little bit. All the way on over to Seattle, Washington. Now, you can sample any location that makes you happy. The reason I'm doing Seattle, Washington is because I know it's got some water areas, some mountainy areas, some hills, etc. So I want to place it right about at the heart of Seattle, Washington right there. Now you can size up or size down the size of this sample tool right here. Here's where you can do that by expanding it or contracting it. I'm going to go with this 18 kilometers right here. And when you're happy with where this is located, just click on this button right here to export that. We need to give this a name, so I'm going to call mine Seattle. Click OK, and you will initiate the download process. And we will save this to, let's save as, I will save this to my downloads as Seattle Terrain. That's fine. So I'm saving it to my downloads folder right there. And it finished downloading, so let's open the folder here. Now, if you're using Chrome, you're going to see some of these messages and notifications down in this area of your browser here. So I'm going to open this file location. And if I go back to the downloads folder, you can see that it is a zipped file. I'm going to right-click on this, and we're going to extract all. Click extract. And you're going to see within this folder now, there's my downloads folder. That's a zip file. This is the unzipped file that we just created. So inside of this Seattle Terrain folder, I've got all these different height maps. Which one do we want to try importing from? It suggests in this README file that we can import in the merge. So now let's jump back to Unreal. And let's go to File, New Level. I'll choose the time of day once again. I'm going to delete out some of these guys. Delete, select delete. Let's go to our landscape tab. I want to import from file. We'll enable edit layer, sure. Click on these three buttons. Let's go to our downloads folder, Seattle Terrain, and I want to choose the merged. Now, I'm going to select fit to data. Now, by default, it should already have fit to data, but just as a failed checker here, make sure you select that. And let's go to import. And now, if I zoom on back, you will see what we have just created. I'm going to speed up my camera speed here a little bit so that I can hold down the right mouse button and fly back a little quicker. Now, it's, again, not going to be perfect. You're going to find when you zoom up closely on this, you're going to have a few little rough edges like you see around here. And some of these mountains may need some smoothing out with some of our tools coming up. But in general, that is not too bad of a start for recreating a real-world location. I kind of like it. So that is how you can go about importing in a custom height map from any real-world location. Before we finish off here, let's go ahead and save this. I'm going to go to Save Current. Let's call this map _ Seattle. Save it. And let's call it a day here. Nice job, guys. That is how you import in a custom height map. We will see you all in the next video.